Hi guys, what's going on? This is Namcraft. Welcome to the Sister Starcraft English commentary. I'm going to continue with KCM 2025. This is season 1. And we'll be watching week 7, set 4, JYJ versus Action. So far, Sak, Tyson, and Mini have been eliminated. And next, we still have the entire Zerg lineup. So Zerg players are looking very good. Action leading the pack. And let's see how he will perform against JYJ. JYJ, of course, is a very strong player. Let me just quickly show you. This is the incumbent Mr. Action with 2 kills under his belt. And in terms of player card, this is his information. You already, I think you already know from the previous set. This is information. He has been the best performance so far in ASL is number 4th. And as for JYJ, he's a very strong, highly acclimated player, guys. This is his information. You can see that he has been an ASL champion in the past. He is a very established player, unlike, I guess not unlike, but I think none of us know about it. So that's very good. Let's see how we perform here. Looks like the map is going to be Deja Vu, with JYJ spawning at the top right in the blue color and Action in the bottom right in the orange color. SCV already coming out to scout. Is it going to be scouting in the right direction? We shall see. Looks like he is going to be scouting in the right direction, and that is going to be a signal, I think, for us that we might have some early aggression, because we do have a very forward barracks coming out from JYJ and his opponent. I think he's gone for 12 hatchery. I think so. Very early hatcheries, and let's see how he will respond to Action with 2 kills under his belt. By the way, if you look at the performance of the players in KCM, you will see some very fun stuff. This is the performance up until the beginning of this week. So if you look at, you know, of course we've had 32 seasons so far, and Terran has won 15 times, 13 times, and Protoss 4 times. So that is very standard. But Rush is leading the pack with 6 wins and 1 losses. All of his 6 wins came from last week. He had an all kill. He won 6 games in a row. So monstrous result, and of course Light is number 2. So Terran is doing well because, you know, Rush and Light are, I guess, carrying the team. JYJ also not so bad, 2 wins and 1 losses. So let's see how these guys will be performing. The ELO scores for today are here. So JYJ is 1294. He is just making it top 10. He's not gonna go any further than that. But anyways, let's talk about this game. He looks like some early Terran Marine aggression, but not enough to deter Action from just continue to do what he's doing. So that's it. We're going to be having JYJ trying to wall himself up, and Action will have to apply a bit of pressure here. Marines start to move out of squad to try to save the other Marine. He will return with all of the 3 Marines. Alright, SV is gonna check the high ground. He sees what? There might be a spy or a hatchery coming up. These drones was planning to put down a hatchery. Indeed, it will put down a hatchery right in the face of the SCV. And the Marines have already breached the area. So Action's gonna have to make a decision. But there is an overlord that's spotted in that area. So those zonings are gonna be returning towards the expansion. And Marines got pulling back because he's able to see it with his SCV. The zonings are no longer in the main. He's gonna try to check the expansion now. Can the Marines make it home safely? Looks like Zerglings, they don't have speed. Spy already has already you know, started, so we're gonna be having some mutuals coming up soon. 4th minute and 15 seconds of the game. JYJ's got 32 supply and Action has got 23. Let me just quickly remind you of the progression in KCM. We will have 2 more weeks. So this week is week 7, 1 more week, and then we will have a playoffs. And that is very exciting because there's always a chance for Protoss to play 2 series in a row, right? The playoffs and possibly the finals. And if you know at all, I love Protosses. I love them. They're just my favorite race because it's the only race I know how to play. Anyways, Mutualist is about 60% done now. So while waiting for the Mutualist, why not take a look at the you know, stock prices around the world? So 93 pence to a dollar. 7.07 what is it, 77 euro pence to a dollar, 1,464 Korean won to a dollar, $86,928 to a BTC. almost $2,000 to an Ethereum coin. Gold continuous contract are trading at 3,024. God forbid, why would you buy gold continuous contract and how? I don't even know. Apple stocks are flying high at 224, Microsoft at 395, Nvidia at 121, Google at 171, Amazon 206, and I guess that's it for the financial news. Let me know what kind of financial news do you want to know. What other indicators, indexes, and trackers would you like to follow? Namcraft would provide those information to you because I am a slave to data. Anyways, we're going to be having some tours getting created. Nice scan to see evolution chamber. What does the evolution chamber mean? It's to upgrade like the ground stuff, right? The ground weapons and armor, because the air weapons and armor are upgraded in the Spire. So was that an early evolution chamber? Does that mean that he doesn't plan to make too many mutalists and he would transition into the Hydralisk and Lurker army? Is that the intent, or there's another purpose why you would be making the evolution chamber? Oh, we have one very nice and knowledgeable audience. I think we have two, and one of them is a Korean and the other guy I think is American. I'm not gonna say your names because you are one of my coffee buyers as well, so I don't want to reveal your identity to the entire world unless you really permit it. But give me your ideas. Why do we need to have evolution chamber here for Zerg in this period of time? Is it too early, and what is the intent? Anyways, we're gonna be having 10 mutas now, and the Marines don't have upgrades yet. The mutas are very damaged. Zerglings are going to shut down. We're going to be looking at action, trying to find a way to surround the enemy here. He goes in this area, but there are already some Marines on the high ground. There's some turrets. He might want to check out the main factory. Has about 40% done. There's only 3 turrets here. This is going to be a problem. Looks like the first turret falls very quickly, but Marine's going to try to snipe. It gets how many mutas? It gets one more. It might get another third one. The mutas are going to back up. The Marine's going to try to do a frontal attack. But looks like we don't have lurkers or anything like that. Looks like the Marine's going to start to get in front. There are no sunkens. You need to pull the weak Marines back and wait for the medic to support. Indeed, he does go for it. So then he's going to try to come from the back here. You need to attack. And there's going to be the Alamo. He looks like mutas surrounding from both sides. But is it going to be enough? The Marines are still handing out quite nice attack. We still have 5 Marines remaining. Mutas going to try to get inside. But now it's going to be impossible. I think JYJ will lose all of his Marines here. And he traded Marines for Zerglings. He didn't trade Marines for mutas, and Action is a beast today with his mutalist control. I don't know how he's able to come up with just a crap tons of mutas. Double starport coming up, but now JYJ need to make more turrets, because he was barely surviving when the enemies got something like 8 or 9 mutas, and now there are more than 12. So he needs to have more. We're gonna be. It looks like the the Korean commentator was scanning and showing to us that looks like JYJ doesn't see where the enemies has placed a third base, and indeed there is no third base. He's completely one basing and two basing, and now there's gonna be some Marines getting trapped here. Looks like the Zerglings will try to kill the bunker. The bunker's got a single Marine only, so those Zerglings are repelled, but we're gonna have to have the replacement bunkers soon. That Marines get splash damage. Very hilarious stuff happening. In that supply depot falls. JYJ, is he gonna get supply block? I don't think so. Okay, now he is slightly supply block. He loses yet another supply depot. Things are looking very dire. We have some turrets on the high ground, and JYJ doesn't even have enough money to make turrets. He loses yet another turret. He might lose a turret that is under construction. His Marine count is very low, but keep in mind that Action has not yet expanded. So it's going to be the race to science vessels here. If JYJ can get his science vessels out, another mutualist gets sniped. Every single mutualist really matter here. He snipes an SCV, he will get the turret now, and there are only 5 Marines on the high ground. They have +1, but they are very lame. They're very kind of weak. Zerglings trying to surround here, and looks like Action is missing a shot, but he will get the last of the Marines though. How many mutuals remain? We still have 7 remaining, but there's a turret. The turret is supporting greatly. There are only 5 mutuals remaining, but only 3 Marines, only 2 Marines, and more attacks happening, and Action is very close to winning this game. There are something being made with the starport. I'm not so sure exactly what the turrets are doing. Good attacking, but Zerglings have reached the area. They've started to attack the turrets now. The mutuals can just go and try to focus on killing the Marines, whereas the Zergling will try to focus attention on the turret. More attack happening, and Action, I think, has done it. He has completely tipped the scale in his favor. SCVs are coming out to kind of repair and build more turrets, but Marines die instantly as they pop. These mutuals can just camp here forever. He needs to make another bunker. Indeed, he does have a bunker, and these Zerglings are still doing good shot on the high ground here. More Zerglings up to, he need to build a supply depot to block, and these mutuals are coming through, and they get sniped very quickly, but still, Marines die instantly. There are still 4 mutuals remaining. Is there something being made from the double starboard? Those starboards have been blinking for a long time. He needs to make a supply depot. He doesn't even have money. He has no money to make things in the supply depot. He's just trying to hold it. Hold it, just like when you need to go to the bathroom, you need to hold it. And they might... Okay, looks like there's going to be no more barracks. You need to remake the barracks. JYJ will be running out. He's building a lot of science vessels. He's trying to hold here. But the expansion, I think, has got only 1 bunker. And I think there are only like 2 Marines inside a bunker. So it will not work. And the hatchery comes to action and says, you know what, I think I cannot finish this game right now. So how about expand and just trying to win the economic war here. More attack happening here. There's going to be some SCVs getting attacked, but the bunker's going to do some good shot. Nice irradiate. He does a double irradiate that kills almost all of the mutuals. Zergling's going to get on the high ground here, but there are going to be some SCVs. Zergling's going to try to kill some turrets, but action, is he losing steam? That's the question here. These Zerglings are doing good attack, but more Zerglings come through, but looks like there's just enough efficient charmer coming out. And what is this efficient for? I need to check the upgrades because I don't think the mutuals have upgrades. The Zerglings may have upgrades. He comes through. If he can get the starboard, it's great because the starboard is not protected by anything. He does get some SCV. He's got to be very careful. I would say it might be good to split your mutualists out. Why doesn't he go for the starboard? He can easily, attack the starboard, at least to force them to get lifted or something. But maybe he's fearing the, the science vessels activities. But I think you can easily just spread your mutas out, or maybe spend 2-3 mutas on one side, and that's it. Anyways, there's going to be replacement barracks, and JYJ is going to be floating some minerals because he doesn't have anything to use his minerals with. He comes in here, looks like another nice attack, but good irradiate, and looks like very slow reaction from action. And now new Marines production have started inside of JYJ's base. He will make more Marines. He will remake his barracks, and the game has practically reset. Action, is he still ahead? That's the question, because his tech is not so good. He doesn't have, okay, looks like the evolution chamber. What is the evolution chamber for? Because he didn't upgrade anything, right? Anyway, so why is this overlord here? A random overlord was found inside of JYJ's main base. And anyways, we're looking at 12 minutes and 40 seconds of the game now. 52 supply for JYJ, action 62. Let me just remind you that my name is namkraftvn. Okay, welcome to the channel. If you don't want to get spoiled, many of you have been wondering about how to not get spoiled. You need to just click the links in the video description to go to the next game in the playlist or the previous game in the playlist, and maybe you bookmark the playlist URL is the best way to not get spoiled. Do not check out my videos page. Do not check the recommendations page, and that's it. By the way, on TO.net I do have on my blog a list of games. Inside my blog I have a post about all of the ASL games, so just go ahead and check out ASL Season 19 Namcraft English commentary on TO.net Namcraft blog, and you will not get spoiled because those games are in proper TO.net formats, with the spoiler tags and so forth. And let me remind you that all of these videos will not have ads in the middle of the set, so this game is very long. You only see ads once, most likely, because sometimes YouTube still mess it up. But if you have you see some weird behavior, let me know. Looks like Ashen's gonna try to do a revengeful act here. He's camping up with some lurkers. Zergling's coming through, but looks like JYJ is gonna try to attack against this open brand new base. 7 o'clock position, scientists are in the position to intercept, and lurkers are trying to intercept. They need to intercept right here. They need to lay down their weapons, and indeed, it is a 4 lurker strong line, but he's gonna be very for a nice attack on one of the, oh my god, he doesn't even, okay, he gets 1 science vessel, which isn't such a bad idea, but those lurkers are falling fast. 2 lurkers have been irradiated already. There's another group of lurkers, only now 2 healthy lurkers remained. You need to make fresh lurkers from the man. Now JYJ is leading. His 90 supply, action only 78, and action is not building defilers, and he's struggling to be alive here. Of course, without tanks, it's still quite hard, I think, for for JYJ to penetrate. But now he's gonna breach this area. These lurkers have not yet morphed. Marines coming from both sides. They will try to surround He might want to cancel those lurkers and save them, and they will deploy. He's gonna try to run home, but he loses all of the lurkers in action. Will possibly lose his game now. The frontal attack is looking very devastating. There's only Hydras remaining. Looks like that lurker is gonna get targeted upon, and does that lurker fall? Looks like the lurker is still alive, but it dies. It dies now, so the end is near. Action will lose his game. JYJ will win one game back for the Terran race. Of course, JYJ is an ASL former champion. He's very strong, so you cannot joke around with this guy. So anyways, if you've enjoyed this cast so far, please feel free to buy me a coffee. The link to that is going to be in the video description. You will join the Hall of Fame, the Hall of the Goated, Matt Damon, Mr. Z, Peter, and Sea Goblins, and so forth. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye.